Fresh.
Good morning, it's Fresh 102.7. Good morning, it's Jim and Kim. You know it from Season 9 and also Season 10. It's Haley Reinhart from American Idol. Haley!
Hello!
More Season 10 now.
Yes,
I mean, I know that
much
you
more
did
Season 10.
Season 9, but Season 10 was so much of a bigger season for you. You did audition twice, and you were on the show.
Yes, and you know, everything happens for a reason. I actually wasn't even looking into trying out the next season, especially because they weren't coming back to Chicago. But then, you know, I heard everybody, I had some calls coming in, and I was like, well, if this is coming to me, might as well do it. And I found out the day before the auditions in Milwaukee.
Isn't it amazing how that happens?
Yeah.
Like something that seems so upsetting or so life-altering at the time. You're like devastated that you didn't make it as far as you had hoped, and then it just turned out to be a good thing.
Yeah. It all makes sense now.
And Haley, you were so good on it. I mean,
Thank
seriously,
you.
I didn't think they had seen the talent like you with the way, first of all, the duets you did with Casey Abrams. To be honest with you, I still have some of those on video at home because they were just so phenomenal.
You have video at home?
Yeah.
That's appalling.
It's a VHS, yes. That's how old it is, but it's classic. It's a nice, grainy look. It's very artistic.
Right.
Like you did the
Takes you
Christmas
back.
song with him, which was phenomenal.
Thank you.
Really great. But also you got to sing with people like Tony Bennett. That must have been phenomenal.
Jeez, I can't believe, you know, what a whirlwind it's been getting to perform with legends, especially Tony. It was just amazing.
Now, did you know about Tony Bennett and how amazing he is, or is that something your parents went, that's amazing, that's fantastic?
Right.
Or did you understand?
I mean, I grew up with jazz my whole life, and you know, especially right before Idol, I was singing it for the past like 4 years, and we grew up with Tony Bennett Christmas albums and just his stuff in general, and we're part Italian anyway, so I love him.
You're like the hero of your family. Are you kidding?
Yeah, right.
And my daughter sang with Tony Bennett.
You're on a first name basis with Tony, boy. What's going on? Yeah, it was crazy.
Because you had a big jazz influence growing up. In fact, we were mentioning before that you're actually in New York. When you come to New York, you like to look at the jazz clubs. You like to go to the jazz clubs, you know.
I think it's
in the Village.
It's a cool scene. I've been to Blue Note and Smalls. I love Smalls. There's some prodigies out here, man. It's just really cool to see the raw talent, and something that I miss. I've been doing my own thing, and jazz. I've been kind of away from jazz for a while.
Got to go to the Big Black Pussycat. It's in the West
yeah?
Village. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You have to put like your hair up in a bun and wear something and just go up and just take the mic on like open mic night. and
Yeah, I
blow it
just look
away.
like a beatnik.
When was the last time you were in the West Village? I've not seen a bun in the West Village in a long time.
I have a life after the show.
Nobody wears buns in the West Village. Don't listen to him.
Well, that's why she would really knock him over. Like, girl with a bun, what? And then all of a sudden you sing and you knock them over. You see this old plan here, Haley.
Yeah, I see. That's
But
perfect.
you have your debut album coming out on May 22nd, right?
You got it.
And the new song is called Free. Is it jazz? Is it rock? Is it pop?
Well, it's got hints of jazz in there, a little bit of a jazzy flair to it. Definitely sultry, has this kind of organic and hypnotic kind of vibe, slinkiness to it that was captivating to me the first time I heard it. So,
But that comes from inside. You can't do slinky unless you, as Haley, feel kind of slinky and sultry when you're performing it.
Yeah.
You know, that comes not just from the song, that comes from you, too.
Yeah, it definitely had my name on it. I was like, I have to record this.
How was it going back to American Idol and performing? Well, you don't have the pressure of they're judging me.
Yeah.
Was it kind of fun, almost like going home?
Yeah, it was a big old reunion, and I felt great knowing, like you just said, I wasn't getting judged. I was going back seeing all these familiar faces, and just, you know, people were proud to have me back, and knowing that now I'm on my own thing. I'm in my own, game here, so it was really enjoyable.
Did you give some advice to some of the kids?
Yeah, I did. I got to meet them the day prior when I was like on the show, just in the audience, which was a really crazy
Weird,
night.
right?
Yeah, I've never saw it from the other end,
Yeah.
and boy, it was interesting.
What'd you tell them?
I told them, you got to go with your gut and your instincts. There's going to be 1,000,001 opinions. Even the day that I performed again on Idol, I was like, whoa, I feel like I'm back in this thing because there's just so many people around telling you all different sorts of things. So it's like, everybody's entitled to an opinion. Just take it all in. Take what you need from it, though, and keep walking and go with what's, from the heart.
Whose opinion did you value the most when you were on there?
As far as like
if
judges.
someone
Judges?
or judges or anybody.
Oh,
If
my
someone
mother.
came to you. Yeah?
I
But I
called.
think that's interesting.
I called my parents like for everything, and a lot of times there was really cool signs that would happen that would just solidify like what I was doing hit it on the head. With Benny and the Jets, like for instance, I called my parents and I'm like, nobody's picked this song, and this is kind of a big one that people would like to dance to and stuff, and I didn't really understand why, and I was thinking about other ones, but anyways, I just told them about it, and as I told them, it came on the radio where they were at. And I'm like, oh, okay, we're doing it.
Now I have to do it.
It's a sign.
And it was such a big moment for you when you did that song.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Because when they said you could do, Benny and the Jets, I'm like, oh, well, this is going to go over. But obviously your talent just soared above, above the material.
Thank you. You just have to take it and do what you can to the song,
And one of the other great moments was when you got to perform with your dad, and you did like this acoustic version of a Led Zeppelin song.
Yeah, I mean, it was incredible. My dad, we told him, and another person who I loved talking to was another, like a vocal coach. She kind of helped us like mentor and like put our songs together. Her name is Bird, and she got my dad in there. She was like, this is the last, maybe the last week. She didn't say that, but this we're getting into the nitty gritty here. You want your dad to be on the show. Like, let's make this happen. I'm like, thank you for standing behind me. And last minute, literally the night before, I'm just like, Dad, get in here.
The night before?
Yeah, and we never played the song together.
Was your dad ready for that?
He knows that, but he's never he never played the song probably, maybe messing around, but so he just came right in, and he's an old pro anyway, so he just got right in there, and they did it. We didn't even practice it together. He just came in for a quick sound check, and I was up, and that was it.
And that was it.
Yeah, it was
well, there's old pros, and there's 20 million people watching you.
Right.
There's a big difference
that
between
is crazy.
I've done some clubs here and there, and 20 million people.
Well, right. I mean, just thank God he's an unbelievable musician doing it for 40 years, but I couldn't be happier. It was a very special moment for me.
From a totally girl point of view, when you go on the show and you don't have the stylist and you don't have the people telling you what makeup to wear and doing, how does it change from the first moment you hit the stage to when you get through to that top 10 and stuff like that, and they start telling you, this is what looks good on you, this is the shampoo you should use, this is how you should do your hair, your makeup.
We did get a lot of free stuff. That's quite a perk.
It helps when someone tells you, because sometimes you don't know.
Well, yeah, it was really cool getting a lot of insight, but as far as clothes go, like, I'm such a freak about fashion, and so it was really fun for me. We'd have a stylist, but we'd go out and I say, I want to do that. Like, I picked it every week. I was like, okay, and she's there to say like no or yes, but I was very content with everything, just because it was fun getting to go shopping every week and pick out fun things.
Do you get to keep it?
Yeah, most of it. Okay. Not the Benny and the Jets dress, unfortunately. That was my favorite.
Forever known heretofore as the Benny and the Jets dress.
Yeah.
Darn it.
Do you look at like the first video of when you auditioned, and then look at when you're a last part on the show, the way you look, the way you perform? There had to be a huge difference.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously you got to get glammed up. And when I went back this season, I figured I wanted to kind of just keep it really pure, go in raw, like my vocal style is, like the passion from the music that I love from way back when, and the roots that I come from. And I still love that. But then there's obviously the glamorous side, which I have had a great time with as well.
Good for you.
So you made your own album. Now, you probably have been dreaming about this. Your dad's a musician. You always are singing. Did it live up to, did it exceed when you made Listen Up, which is coming out May 22nd? What was it like to actually make your album?
Incredible. I'm very lucky that Interscope, 19, everybody has been behind me with the decisions I've been making. I've told them, I really want to make this thing work and count and really give people a bang for their buck. And in order for me to do that, I need to wait till after tour so I can be hands-on and write this thing from right here. So they let me do it, and I just jumped right in after tour, co-wrote everything. And
you did co-write all the songs.
Yeah, so other than Free, actually, because Free I recorded while I was touring. It was a song that came in that I was like, okay, that's a great tune there. So the rest of it, wrote it all, and I just couldn't be happier. I've been waiting for the day to get into a place where I could just let everything just bleed out. It's been in the veins for too long, and finally I get to put it down on paper and let it all come out.
Has your dad heard it yet?
Oh yeah, my parents have both heard it. I mean, and they're both musicians. I got my dad to play on 4 tracks. Now my mom and my sister are like, "Come on, get us in there." I'm like, baby steps, you know. But I
You're gonna be
can't.
like the Partridge Family someday.
Man,
the ugly bus,
Right.
Yeah.
Reuben Kincaid.
in
Right.
Chicagoland, I mean, we were doing that. It was good. It was good.
And you have some acting on the rise. You're going to be on the March 27th episode of 90210.
It was really cool to be a part of that and work with the cast and everybody. They were so welcoming, and I love acting. Always been doing it almost as long as singing too. So it's been cool to get back into that swing.
So Broadway, would you love to do Broadway?
I don't know
She
about
just lit up.
Broadway.
Did you see her face?
Did I? Jazz hands. No, I don't know. Like maybe not. I've done musicals and things like that, but I love like monologues, and I'd love to play like a crazy character or something. Just get a little psycho, or I think that just getting into character any way about it is putting yourself in that zone, in that vibe, mood. Is just so cool. It's like nothing else.
Excellent. Well, we see it in your future, don't we, Kim?
Yes.
Soothsayers.
I
Yes.
hope so.
Soothsayer. Would you pull that out of your Shakespeare?
Easy. The CD is called Listen Up. The single is called Free. Everybody is Haley Reinhart.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.